Thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us. Saint Francis of Assisi, pray for us. God's blessing upon all gathered here, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Hello and welcome to Lancer Live Entertainment Network. We are your commentators for tonight. My name is Rohan. I'm alongside Brady. We welcome you on this electric Friday evening as the St. Francis Lancers from Mountain View take on the Crusaders of Archbishop Riordan High School from San Francisco, California. The Lancers last year finished with a record of 10-4, won WCAL with a record of 6-1, but currently this year they're 0-3 to start the season, having lost to McClymonds, Cathedral Catholic, and De La Salle just last game. Riordan, on the other hand, has had a perfect 3-0 start with electrifying wins over McClymonds, Monte Vista, and in their last game beating Pittsburgh 42-35. Riordan has showed that they are very explosive on offense, and when both these schools met up last year at Riordan High School, actually it ended up in a 34-24 win for the Crusaders. But the Lancers look to turn things around for the game here tonight. However, last time the Lancers were 0-3 in their first 3 games was actually in the year 2000 under coach Mike Mitchell. And they were also 0-3 in 1996 to start the season, but they still managed to turn that season around and win the CCS Division I championship. Where do you project the Lancers to stand by the end of WCAL later on this year?
The start to this season for the Lancers hasn't been fantastic, but there's definitely some room for improvement. The current average score for the Lancers right now is 5.7 points, and there definitely is some room for improvement on offense. Our defense actually has been playing decently, but I think the room for improvement today is for the offense.
They're currently doing the coin toss right now. St. Francis last game against De La Salle ended up in a 40-0 loss. The only really clear chance that they had at scoring was a missed field goal from 35 yards out. They're looking to bounce back here and hopefully get some points on the board. So obviously offense has been a big struggle. The Lancers run game is only averaging around 40 yards a game, and they are a very run heavy offense, which kind of highlights how slow things have been going on offense.
Yeah, the odds are in the favor of Riordan tonight, as they have started 3-0 in the season, and the Lancers are currently 0-3. So it's definitely going to be a hard game for the Lancers, but they could definitely pull through today.
St. Francis will win the toss.
St. Francis wins the coin toss and will kick off to start the game.
The Crusaders will receive the opening kickoff.
Now, the last time Riordan actually won a football game here at Ron Calcaño Stadium was on October 15th, 1971. That's when my dad was born. Rage cage starting to fill up. Theme tonight is lights out.
But yeah, it's interesting that the last time that we lost to Riordan was in 1971. So we're definitely going to have to try to keep that streak tonight.
Back to return for the Crusaders is number 15, Kyle Welch, and number 14, Judge Nash, the two important wide receivers for this pass-heavy Riordan offense. Very different look in the offensive play styles compared to the Lancers, who run the ball a lot of the time with Motu Keanaina.
And a player to look out tonight for is wide receiver 1, Judge Nash. on the Riordan Crusaders. He is currently averaging 105 receiving yards per game, so he could definitely have a great game tonight, and that is currently a fear for the Lancers.
Judge Nash on the season has 7 touchdowns and 321 yards and only 13 catches, which is pretty phenomenal considering the fact that it's like 25 yards a catch. And he averages a touchdown every 2 catches, which is incredible so far, and he's looking to keep that momentum up now.
The Lancers' last game did show some potential as they caught a pick in the De La Salle game, so they can maybe carry that, make another one tonight.
Greer Gowdy is back to kick. New kicker for the Lancers. This will drop back to the back of the end zone, and they'll rule it a touchback before Kyle Welch could get his hands on it. Now, the Riordan offense would not be as successful as it is so far without Michael Mitchell Jr., the quarterback.
Just a little note, Michael Mitchell Jr., the quarterback, is averaging 30 rushing yards per game, so they have to be aware of the scramble and be very careful and watch out and maybe put a spy on him every play.
Michael Mitchell so far this year has only thrown 1 interception and has thrown for 787 yards and 13 touchdowns with a 67% completion rate. Here you go, first play of the game here for the Crusaders. They motion across. Play action. He's looking a long shot to start the game. It is caught, and it will take it all the way for a touchdown. First play of the game, touchdown, Kyle Welch.
Wow. And that is what Riordan is going to be doing all night.
That's Kyle Welch's 3rd touchdown of the season, and it comes from the first play of the game with an absolute rocket downfield by Michael Mitchell Jr. for his 14th touchdown this season.
Now that is the way you want to start a football game. I mean, 7 points on the board, or 6 points on the board. Could be 7 here. I mean, that was a fantastic play from the Crusaders.
Cody Butler was back in coverage, but Kyle Welch just absolutely got past him and didn't even stand a chance of going down. Extra point is blocked, and this score remains 6-0. So a little bit of positive comes out of that. But still, a rocky start for the Lancers defense, as we've seen so far throughout the year.
But yeah, we can maybe see an effect on that missed kick, because missed kicks in a game can make a big effect late in the game.
Riordan looking to kick off. Let's see if the Lancers offense will continue to rotate Drew Cumby and Andrew Fanzino throughout the year. Looking back at that Kyle Welch touchdown, he was just a straight Hail Mary drive the whole time.
Ready, Zoe, cutting into Zoe. Yeah, adjust it, please. Thank you.
Let's see now on this drive if the Lancers can make it 6-7. Back to return for the Lancers is Loa Tuilela.
Let's hope for an improvement on this Lancers offense right now, because our quarterbacks are currently struggling, and just the whole offense, considering that we have only averaged 6 points per game.
11 seconds into the game, and it's already 6-0. This will float to Pivoletti. There's a big hole in the middle, but that's a great tackle there. Big hit.
Flag thrown on the field. Most likely going to be in like an unsportsmanlike conduct. Most likely on the Crusaders, 'cause I think they initiated it.
Zoom out a little bit for me.
It is a personal foul against the Crusaders. Looks like that tackle there was made by Frank Enix on the kickoff return. And the Lancers will start on their own 40-yard line. So good field position to start. Gives them a little bit of a head start going into this drive. Obviously, they need a quick response.
Rohan, what do you think? What do you think could happen if they don't get a touchdown here?
I think that would definitely determine like the entire course of the quarter. First play of the game, it's a throw out wide that is tipped. Intended receiver was Sean Walsh. Andrew Vanzino on the throw.
I think the main course of action for today for the Lancers should be for improvement. I think they just should focus on their own team improvement rather than getting a win tonight.
Andrew Vanzino's thrown for 1 touchdown this year so far and 129 yards, 45% completion rate so far this year. He's going to get the start today. Let's see if they do rotate him and Drew Cumby like they've been doing all preseason. Every drive has been a different quarterback. It's going to be a run play this time. Gain of around 4.
And we see that as usual. The Lancers really like their run offense, and they usually, since last season with Keana Aina, they've been really concentrating on the run.
Motu Keana Aina on the run there. That's his 46th run this year. He's around 137 yards this year. You know, the Lancers do run a very rush-heavy. Sorry for the little delay, but that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 6. Back to punt. Lancers go 3 and out on their first drive. Low snap. And having to track back and almost slip there and breaks a tackle there is Judge Nash. And he turned. That's amazing. He turned and almost a play that had almost no potential into actually a gain of around 10 yards on that return.
Now, if I was Riordan right now, I would pretty much run the same play that they did last time and just see if it works on maybe the first 2 plays. Because if they can score a touchdown here, they can really put a dagger into the Lancers in this game.
Second drive of the night for the Crusaders. They get the ball back after just 2 minutes of offense for the Lancers. In a 3 and out. Let's see what Mitchell Jr. can do. Here on the first play of the drive is a quick pass out to Kyle Welch.
Maybe even a slow drive here to grind the clock would be nice for the Riordan Crusaders.
On the tackle.
Second down. Mitchell will take it himself, run it out of bounds. Won't gain any yards on that play.
Oh.
2nd and 6 here. Mitchell snap. Quick pass out to the right, dropped.
That was dropped by number 17, Sinai Thomas.
They'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Broken up by Butler.
Butler with the breakup. Here you go. 3rd down here on the second drive for the Crusaders.
A player to watch on defense here is Chase Cahoon.
Throw is complete for the first down.
What I was saying about Chase Cahoon is he is our current lead tackler in 8.7 tackles per game.
Tackle made by Alatini.
Alatini with the tackle on that play. Gain of around 8 there.
1st and 10 at the 37.
Nash and Welch lined up to the left.
This is likely to go to Danye Brown, the running back. It's 1st and 10. He could really break through here.
Here you go. Mitchell rolling out, taking a deep shot again. This time, it's caught for another touchdown.
And that is a dagger for Riordan.
Judge Nash for the 2nd touchdown for the Crusaders. And he's hyped up.
That is a perfect play for the Riordan Crusaders, as I was saying that they should run that exact same play again, and now that it's put the dagger in the Lancers, and this is not looking good for the Lancers right now.
Both of the 2 important wide receivers for the Crusaders, Judge Nash and Kyle Welch, get touchdowns in the first 4 minutes of the game. The extra point this time is good, and that will make it 13-0.
Now this Riordan offense has started on a very high for their average. In the first quarter, they are currently averaging 10 points per quarter in each of their games.
Cody Butler was on the coverage there. That's the 2nd time he's been burned for a touchdown. Slow start for him in the game. But he has a big task. He has to match up against Welch and Nash. And Kyle Welch, that's his 3rd touchdown of the year. He's had 13 catches for over 150 yards. And both of the receivers, Kyle Welch and Judge Nash, are so productive and efficient on all their catches. We're averaging around 2 catches a touchdown.
Being down 13-0, what would you be focusing on right now if you were the Lancers?
Offense. I think they've had nothing going on offense this year, and you can't win games without offense.
I think the fact that they've only scored 2 touchdowns so far this season, I think just getting even just one touchdown in this game could be a lot for the Lancers.
Kick is underway. This will land to Loa Tuea, trying to get a gap on the outside, and he'll be taken down at around the 25. Now the Lancers offense takes over, presumably with the new quarterback look in Drew Cumby. We'll see who comes on.
The Lancers are currently testing their quarterbacks, as they've been. I saw last game that they were just switching quarterbacks each quarter to see who is playing better, and I think it's good for both quarterbacks to get reps so they can figure out who can be their starting quarterback for late season.
Drew Cumby's in now, and looks like they're going to continue their rotation between the 2 quarterbacks. And we can highlight the St. Francis offensive struggles a lot, but we also got to praise this Riordan defense. On first down, it's going to be a handoff to Canaina, who's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be a loss of 2 yards there. Tackle made there by number 7, Isaiah Grant, the linebacker, sophomore. And yeah, speaking of how good this Riordan defense is, they had some really good players, including Isaiah Grant, who's the leading tackler for the team. He has 26 total tackles after that tackle right there.
And just to mention, the Riordan offense is doing this without their wide receiver Perryon Williams. He was a Lancer last year, and he recently transferred, but because of the transfer rule, he cannot play tonight. But Perryon caught 95 passes for 1,412 yards and 16 TDs in two seasons at St. Francis, and he is likely to carry that on, maybe more.
Second down, and Carolina goes absolutely nowhere. And the Riordan defensive line is also something that has to be highlighted as well. They're averaging around 3 sacks a game, which is really good.
Loss of 2.
Isaiah Grant, the linebacker, has had 2 sacks so far this year. Skylar Tia has 3 sacks, the leading sack. Is the sack leader for the Riordan defense. It's going to be 3rd and long here. Drew Cumby. They'll line up in an empty backfield.
I would genuinely just like to see a completion here.
3 receivers lined up to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Cumby looking left. Throw completely underthrown. He's lucky that wasn't picked. And that will bring up 4th and 13 and another 3 and out for the Lancers. Nothing again going on offense.
And this is not looking good for the Lancers right now, as you do not want to let this Crusader offense back on the field. The defense is definitely going to have to show up for the Lancers right now.
That was almost picked there by Israel Lawson. And it looks like the Lancers are keeping their offense out on the field. And never mind, they're bringing out their punter. So halfway through the first quarter, and the Lancers punted away, and that's a scuffed punt.
Greatest punt I've ever seen. This is starting to get out of hand.
So that goes around 20 yards only, and the Riordan Crusaders will start in Lancer territory at the 46.
If I was the Crusaders right now, I would do a little run offense, as they've been currently throwing the ball all game, and I think that the running back has a lot of potential, and he is not being currently used. There we go.
They do give it to Brown now, and it'll be a run for around 3 yards. Looks like, yeah, number 77 on the Crusaders ended up pushing Max Haberlack, and that might be a flag for unnecessary roughness. There was no need for that. Called on Tommy Tofi, the offensive tackle senior. That will bring the Crusaders back after that positive run play.
Let's not all talk negative about the St. Francis Lancers right now. Let's talk about their performance last year. Obviously, the Lancers are losing a lot of their key starters that helped them to win a WCAL championship and a decent playoff run last year. And I would see their key miss right now on offense is Kingston Kayana'aina, and he is definitely missed currently.
Here we go. Brings up 2nd and 20. Mitchell finds some space, looking for a deep shot. This time, good break up, and the flag goes in. PI, looks like number 6. Did not look back at all. Did not locate the ball, and that will bring up actually looks like this is going to go back. It's actually going to be holding on the offense. So it will be an offset penalty. And it will put it down. And the flag was thrown originally near the line of scrimmage. And I think this one will go back.
Plays are coming so fast.
Okay, we're back.
We're a little locked in right now.
And we are back.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. We are back here. The Lancers are faced up with a 3rd and 10 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, down by 2 touchdowns. And Franzino's back out as quarterback.
I like to see them experimenting with both quarterbacks. I think it's great.
Definitely looking for an offensive work. Franzino's going to drop back the pass, evades the pressure, throw across the field, good catch there, and he breaks the tackle, still going, finds a few blockers ahead. That's a great play on offense.
And that was about 20 yards after the catch. That was a great play from the Lancers. That is the kind of stuff that they need to see. The self-improvement is great from the Lancers. Flag on the field.
The catch was made there by Naya Alatina, 3-star BYU commit.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Lancers.
It's going to be against the Lancers. And those are the kind of mistakes that you cannot make on big plays like that. It's going to bite them in the back.
And an issue so far this year has also been personal fouls. A lot of the time when the Lancers actually gain momentum on offense for the first time in games, it just all does not matter because of penalties. And it just brings them back. But the Lancers will still get the ball in Crusader territory at the 45-yard line after that great play by Naya Alatini. And a good throw and a good awareness by Franzino to evade the pressure. Here we go. 1st and 10. They motion Isaiah Porter across the field. And it's going to be a handoff to Keana Ina, who breaks a few tackles and gets around 3 yards.
Ina the ball carrier. Nash into the tackle.
I would say currently the Lancers should be throwing the ball right now, as they're currently down 13-0, and they're going to need to put some points on the board before this first half ends, or first quarter.
Second and 6 coming up. First time the Lancers have been in Riordan territory. Franzino 1 for 2 today. They line up with Keana Ina in the backfield. And it's going to be a play action. Franzino throws over the top. Caught by Sean Walsh.
And it's positive plays like that St. Francis needs right now, and that is going to get the momentum going for them. And they could continue to keep that momentum and use it to their advantage for the rest of the game.
That catch from Sean Walsh puts them just outside the 10. That's Sean Walsh's 5th catch of the year. He's the only player with double digits in targets this year for the Lancers, the wide receiver 1, Sean Walsh. Here we go, 1st and 10, or 1st and goal, just at the 10-yard line. They'll run it to start, and it won't go nowhere. They'll be stuffed. The Lancers are looking for their 3rd touchdown of the season so far.
I think if the Lancers want to have any sort of productivity in this game right now, I think getting a touchdown here would give them some good momentum, and they could carry that out for the rest of the game.
Second and goal at the 8. Clock's running. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Haberleck and Macris check into the game. And it looks like it'll be a timeout for the St. Francis Lancers. So far, I think the Lancers have been exposed on defense. Cody Butler, who was on coverage for both touchdowns, was caught too high and got burned, I guess, for 2 early touchdowns. But the Lancers have a response, and they're inside the 10.
But yes, I would definitely 100% say that the Lancers offense has played decently well today. They've had 2 very good passing plays that have gone for 30-plus yards, and one of those got called back, and they just need to cut down those little mistakes on those personal fouls, and I think they could be competitive in this game.
Franzino, so far this first quarter, is 2 for 3 on completions, and has thrown for 79 yards, which is pretty solid start to the game so far. He's only thrown for 129 yards in the previous 3 games, so he's almost caught up to the amount of progress he's made the entire year so far.
2nd and 8, I think a pass play would be nice here.
Franzino gets taken down. It's going to be a sack. He almost evaded the defensive lineman, but was caught in the end. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line.
I think Sean Walsh is playing pretty well today, considering that he had that around 50-yard reception on that play early in the quarter. I think they should definitely be thrown to him on this play.
Big 3rd down here. The Lancers need a response if they want to keep up with Riordan and their struggling defense. And the ball is dropped off the snap. Franzino didn't get a hold of it, and this will be taken back to the 24-yard line, which is the exact opposite of what you wanted to happen. Now the Lancers are forced with a long field goal.
And they missed their only field goal last game against De La Salle. I hope to see some improvement and a good field goal right here.
Let's see if the Lancers will stay on the field or they'll bring their kicking unit out. And I think they'll actually take this to the end of the first quarter, maybe times to discuss what they want to do. I guess you could factor in how Lucas Vaughn is feeling. Is he feeling confident in his kick? You can also figure out, are we figuring things out on defense? Do we trust our defense to, if we do take a shot, that they can hold up?
This will be a 36-yard field goal, but I do think here, I think personally, they're going to need some points here in this game, so I don't think the field goals are going to win you this game, especially with how well the Riordan offense is playing. So I think going for it and going for a pass maybe to Sean Walsh here would be great here.
Taking a look back at Riordan's past 3 games so far, they got an electrifying win over Pittsburgh, 42-35. And then the week before that, they beat Monte Vista in a shutout win, 34-0. And then they beat McClymonds, who St. Francis actually lost to. They ended up beating McClymonds 41-18. So far, it's been the perfect start for the Crusaders. And so far, it's been the perfect start for the Crusaders in this game so far.
I would say I do like how the St. Francis offense is playing right now. They have definitely been having more production than they usually have been having on offense right now.
Here we go, 4th and 22. The Lancers offense stays on the field. Franzino's going to drop back to pass. He's going to send a long shot. This time it is caught for the touchdown. Alatini.
And that is exactly what you want to see from the Lancers. That is their 3rd touchdown in the season, and that is exactly what you need. And you need more production, and they are exactly focusing on self-improvement, and that is exactly what they need for this game.
Alatini with his 2nd reception of the game. The 3-star BYU commit with his 1st touchdown of the game, or his 2nd touchdown of the season so far. He scored one earlier in the 1st game of the season against Cathedral Catholic on a fade route, and he scores one here on the 4th and goal. Extra point is up and good. This time it's a new kicker. Looks like it's number 84, Greer Gowdy, the junior.
I think going for that on 4th down was 100% the right decision, because now the Lancers are right back into this game, and I would say the momentum is now in their hands, and this could be good for the Lancers.
Now the first play of the first quarter was a touchdown. The first play of the second quarter is also a touchdown. Looks like Franzino just kind of threw it up there for Max Haberlack and Alatini, and just pray that someone brought it down, and Alatini used his athleticism and his verticality to haul that in.
Also, this is a very important drive for the Lancers defense. They can show up here and maybe get a turnover right here, or a 3 and out. That would be fantastic. They'll put them right back into this game.
Here, Gowdy to kick off for the Lancers. Good response there after the 2 back-to-back touchdowns. Rough start, but so far they've settled in a little bit. Now it's time for the defense to start competing. They did get that 1 stop earlier in the first quarter. They're looking to repeat that again. Oh, and the ball is muffed. Still picked up there. And now he finds a lot of space on the outside. And Gowdy, the kicker, is the one who pushes him out. That's a great play by the kicker.
For the Lancers, I would be 100% covering the go route right here for Judge Nash, because they're going to be trying that again because that play has been working all day.
Here we go. First down for the Crusaders with a after that touchdown just 15 seconds into the first half by the Lancers, and it looks like a penalty flag was called on that return, which will put the Crusaders back inside the 15.
And I think the Crusaders are going to try to have a long drive here with Adonye Brown. He's playing pretty great this game, and I think he could have some more production.
Here we go. It's a quick throw to the outside. Welsh, and a great move to evade the defender, and he'll bring it up to midway. To midfield is Kyle Welch, and what a game he's having so far. After that touchdown right from the start, he was getting hype, and he's continuing that momentum going in to the second quarter.
First out of bounds by Perry.
Kyle Welch, coming into the game, had 2 touchdowns with 128 yards. Now he has 3 touchdowns and more yards to back up with that. Here's Brown on the carry, trying to go to the outside, breaks a few tackles, and eventually is brought out of bounds. And a flag is thrown after the play. Looks like that tackle continued on a little bit too long, and this might go against the Lancers for a personal foul.
And Adonye Brown is definitely a threat to this Lancers defense, as he has been averaging 164 yards per game, and he is a heavy hitter, and he is really hard to take down.
Refs discussing what the flag will be, and it will go against the Lancers.
Personal foul against the Lancers.
It's going to be a late hit out of bounds on the Lancers.
Now we'll bring up 1st and 10. Lancers, again, personal fouls, a big issue so far throughout the year, and that will actually put them inside the 40. First down. It's going to be play action. Throw right on the middle. Almost picked off. Good coverage there, both by number 33, Leonidas Perry and Alatini.
Pass broken up by Perry.
And that is exactly what we want to see from the Lancers defense. They need to get a couple stops here, and they are not going to win this game if they are not going to be productive on defense, and that is exactly what you want to see from the Lancers.
2nd and 10 coming up. Two receivers lined up to the right. Mitchell's going to hand this off to Brown, using his huge physique to push his way through. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Derrick Henry, just kind of charging through defenders.
Brown the ball carrier.
Yeah, he was tackled about 3 yards in the run there, and he got about 3 extra, and that's a great play from Adonye Brown.
Now they're going to quick huddle here for the first down. 1st and 10. Adonye Brown switches sides. It's going to be a fake. Mitchell trying to look for someone to pass it to, and he'll just toss it for an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd down.
Pass falls incomplete. Taken from Nash.
And the Crusaders offense has had a great progression on both rushing and passing, so I think either way they could get some production on offense here. But it's going to be really important for the Lancers to stop it here.
Second and 10. I do think that the Lancers are pushing the very edge of field goal range for the Crusaders. A stop here is big, as Mitchell will drop back to pass, trying to evade the pressure. See some space, he's going to take it himself. Good tackle there. Not letting Mitchell get any yards.
Brought down by Cahoon.
Tackle there by none other than the Stanford commit, Chase Cahoon.
And that was perfectly executed from the Lancers. Keeping that spy on the QB is great, and I think that if they continue to do that, because their QB is such a threat with his legs, and that tackle right there was huge.
Chase Cahoon coming into the game has like 27 total tackles, which is pretty insane. He's the Lancers' key player on defense. Let's see what Mitchell will do here on 3rd and 5 at the 20. Clock is running with under 10 minutes to go, and it looks like the Crusaders will take a timeout to think about this.
Timeout on the field. Timeout Riordan. The St. Francis Varsity girls golf team is off to a great start this fall. Currently sitting at 4-1. The team is
Something to look forward to, or something bright that's happened for the St. Francis football program, is their new brand deal with Nike. They've had new equipment, all Nike, and St. Francis Athletics is starting to become a Nike school. If you want to see the jersey reveal, it is available on the St. Francis Athletics website and Instagram, as well as Rich Flicks on Instagram.
And so far, I am very happy with the Lancer performance so far. The current score, 13-7, that is very good against the Crusaders, considering of how well they started this game off. With those 2 touchdowns on those long passes, I mean, that's hard to come back from, and they're currently playing pretty well.
Mitchell coming back onto the field for a big 3rd down. Third and 5 at the 20, just outside the red zone. 3 receivers line up to the right. Let's see, did a player jump? Refs won't call a flag. Looked like there was some movement over there. And they snap it. They play action to Brown. Quick pass there, and a huge hole. Easy touchdown for Kyle Welch. Glides into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night.
9 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. I think if the Lancers come out here and take a long drive, get some rushing in, as they are a very run-heavy team, I think that would be great for them. And if they flag on the field, illegal man downfield looks to be on the Crusaders, and that is a major flag right there as it calls back the touchdown.
Lifeline there for the Lancers. Saves the touchdown. Brings up 3rd and 10 this time.
And if you're the Crusaders, that's you can't be making those mistakes, being the team that you are. You're ranked pretty high, so they're definitely going to have to tone up on those.
Mitchell lined up with an empty backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Mitchell's going to throw immediately, and it will soar over everybody, and it will bring up 4th down and a decision to be made for the Crusaders.
Mitchell's pass intended for Max Mitchell.
If I was the Crusaders, I would go for this, considering of how great their receivers and their quarterbacks have been playing this game. I think that it would be great if they were to score a touchdown here. It would really give them an advantage in this game.
4th down, 4th and 10 at the 26-yard
4th and 10. Mitchell will stay on the field. The kicker for the Crusaders is a JV call-up, Conrad Wallace. So maybe this is a little bit out of his range. So the Crusaders will go for it. Brown lined up beside Mitchell. It's going to be a fake to Brown. Mitchell will roll out to his right, and will have to throw it away, and a turnover on downs.
And that is exactly what you wanted to see from the Lancers. A turnover was exactly what you need there, and I think this could be really big for them, especially if they go and take the lead on this drive.
Good defense there on that last play. Gave Mitchell no option, had to throw it away. And the Lancers will bring out their offense. And Drew Cumby presumably will come on, assuming that they're continuing with their drive-by-drive rotation. And now Drew Cumby needs to build off of Andrew Franzino's touchdown throw to Alatini and try to get something going here on offense. Cumby has Alatini line up to the wide left. Whistle's blown. It's going to be a flag.
Penalty before the snap.
I think it's going to be a delay of game
Francis.
for the Lancers. So that'll push it back 5 yards for first and 15.
First and 15 at the 20.
I think that's all right. I think that could force them into a passing play, which they've done pretty well on today with that 50-yard reception and that 30-yard reception. And there's a rush on the play. Gets about 4 yards on the carry.
Carolina on the run. 1 yard run there.
Gain of 1.
Clock is running, approaching under 9 minutes for the first half. Here we go. Drew Cumby lined up in an empty backfield here on second down, expecting a pass play here. It's going to be trips left. And he's hit as he throws, but it's going to be a long throw, and it'll be incomplete. Intended receiver was number 17, Zachariah Holloway.
Yeah, flag on the field is going to be pass interference on the Crusaders, and those are just those mistakes that you cannot have.
There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, Drew Cumby was immediately pressured there. It looks like the blitz came through.
Pass interference against the Crusaders.
And I think Holloway was held on that throw.
And it's going to be pass interference against the Crusaders.
And another flag is thrown.
Flag on the field.
It will be against the Riordan sideline. They've already had a sideline warning already. Some heated heads over on that sideline. And that will push the Crusaders back even more. And so far, penalties are what is keeping the Lancers in this game.
I cannot stress enough how important this drive is for the Lancers, as the Riordan Crusaders are starting to lose control, and they can definitely take the momentum here, especially being home at Ronco Cosmo Stadium, with how well they perform against the Crusaders at home.
That penalty really riled up the away section here for the Crusaders. Loud night here for both teams. And on the first play will be a run, but everybody read that. Carolina stuffed for a loss of 1. This is a loud stadium here tonight.
Yeah, the stadium pulse is definitely very high. The Crusaders away fans are actually very much supporting them, as I can feel the vibrations in my feet of their support, and I think that's currently supporting the Crusaders as they were starting to lose control of their team.
Second and 11 after that 1 yard deficit of a run from Carolina. Carolina, a little slow start to the game. Hasn't really been able to find holes to accelerate into. And looks like a timeout will be called for the Lancers. It is their second timeout of the half.
If I was the Lancers, I would personally think that a timeout there wouldn't be the best option, because this gives the Crusaders a chance to recollect and get their gameplay together. And I think that they should have kept the momentum going, and I think taking a timeout there is not the greatest decision.
Absolutely. Now DJ Sanchez, a junior tight end and defensive end for the Crusaders, has a lot of support here tonight. We are set up on the visitor section of Ron Calcano Stadium, and in front of us we just see an entire row of supporters with DJ Sanchez jerseys. That's pretty cool to see that he's getting all the support. And it's actually surprising that they even found jerseys for the Crusaders. Ended up wearing it. That's pretty cool. Second and 11 here. It's going to be a motion across. Play action, but they absolutely read it. Drew Cumby does evade the pressure, jumps into a player, and will be taken down lucky to not lose 5 yards, but will still lose around a yard on that play, bringing up 3rd and 12.
This 3rd and 12 here is very crucial for the Lancers right now because they have the momentum in their hands. But if they can make a great pass play here, it would be great for them and they could take advantage in this game.
The Riordan defense read both plays. They did read the first down immediately as a run, stuffed K9 at the line of scrimmage. They did read this action play by Drew Cumby. Clearly the Crusaders have been watching a lot of film because they knew exactly what the Lancers are going to do. Let's see if they'll know what they'll do here on 3rd down with under 7 minutes to go and a big 3rd down here at midfield.
I would say the Crusaders here, I would say one of their main focuses is to not get any personal fouls to get a turnover, as they have done very poorly on that today.
Loud crowd here causes a delay of the game. Bring up 3rd and 17. Riordan support heard all throughout the field. Cumby drops back to pass, takes a long shot. This is incomplete. He had it in his hands but ended up dropping it. Intended receiver was Zachariah Holloway. Good throw by Drew Cumby. Actually landed right in his hands, but unable to secure it, and the Lancers will bring the punt team out.
I would say the main difference in this game right now is the support from the Crusaders fans, as they are currently helping the mentality of the Riordan Crusaders, as they have had multiple fouls in this game that have been major setbacks for them.
Welch deep for the Crusaders.
Holloway did actually have it secured, but did not survive the landing as the ball popped out of there, and the punt is underway by Pifoletti.
It's a squib.
Takes a great bounce, and it'll keep going inside the 5. Great punt there, and the Crusaders will have some pretty bad starting field position with 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter.
And if the Lancers can get a turnover here, it would be fantastic for them. They would I think it would be very easy for them to get a touchdown, as they have a great running back in Keon Ina.
Mitchell back on the field.
And you're going to have to watch the go routes on this drive, because those go routes have been killing the Lancers all day. So I think the receiving has been great for the Crusaders today, and if they can get another one of those long passes, it would not be good for the Lancers.
It's going to be a throw by Mitchell, rolling out. Good catch there and move the chains. Caught there by number 17.
Mitchell's pass complete to Thomas.
Sinai Thomas. The senior, 6'3". His dad actually did play for St. Francis, which is a cool fun fact.
What we need to see right here, right now, is some more volume for the Rage Cage. Currently a little quiet, as I've been hearing a lot of volume from the away fans, and we need to get some cheering in here.
On 1st down, another play action. They're going to take a long shot here, and there's nobody near him, and it's underthrown. Kyle Welch actually completely overran the safety back there,
That was incomplete.
but the throw didn't go far enough to catch him in stride, and he had to come back, and it'll be incomplete.
And I would say that was a short pass, just slightly missed of the receiver. And I think that just if they needed to watch the long route there, and he was able to get free, but I think the pass there was what saved the Lancers.
Slightly underthrown ball there brings up 2nd and 10. Brown lined up behind Mitchell. They motion Mitchell out to the left side, and Brown will take a run for around 3 yards.
Brown, the ball carrier. Brought down by Cahoon.
And that is a great tackle from Chase Cahoon. He has had a great season so far, and I think that his production is just continuing to be great.
Third and 7. They motion Brown out to the right. He evades a tackle and a great, incomplete. Intended receiver was Mitchell there. That would actually been a great play as it was thrown over Haberlack.
And the thing that I'm seeing from the Lancers defense right now is they're constantly putting pressure on the quarterback, and I think that that is making the difference in this game is the pressure. He's having to use his legs on every single play, and that just makes it so much harder for him to get those long passes.
That's going to bring up a Riordan punt for the first time in this game.
Oteza deep for the Lancers.
Dom Oteza is back to return this punt. High snap on the punt. Well done by the punter to readjust. Dom Oteza will call a fair catch, and the Lancers will start at midfield. Just want to remind you to subscribe to Lancer Live Entertainment Network. Never miss a home football game.
And just a little note, Michael Mitchell Jr. is committed to Vanderbilt, so he is a great talent, and he will definitely be having some great production in Vanderbilt. He's a 3-star. And that is that support from the Rage Cage that I like to see as they are competing with the away fans, and I love to see it.
First down, Lancers line up in I formation. They motion Porter across the field, and whistles are blown. It will be another delay of game for the Lancers. That's their third already this game. That's definitely something they need to improve on if they want to keep themselves level-headed into the game. First and 15 coming up. Franzino in again after that touchdown drive. Again, lined up in I formation. They'll toss it to Keona. Does find a hole. Breaking tackles. Good run there. Gets around 9 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 6.
If I was the Lancers right now, I would be very strongly trying to run this clock out and take a touchdown going into the half, because if they can be up by the half, I think that would give them the advantage in this game.
And 30 seconds to go. Just the same formation again. Did have a little bit of separation, but passes incomplete.
And down the play, I would maybe prefer to see a rush or a run as they're the ball back at half. So if they can score on the drive, use the ball. 27-7. They go 27-7 by the second half.
In this one possession game for the Lancers. Again, another I formation. As he's going to drop back. A lot of space. It's caught. Shot and roll. It's time to go for the Lancers. They run the same play, but this time Matt Tyler with shot and roll. At this time, he gives it up lead going into the second half. Kick is up and it is good. And the Lancers have the lead. Great response to a very early 2 touchdowns by the Crusaders.
And in these most recent 6 minutes, the Lancers have had a great defensive performance, as the first 2 touchdowns were about in the first 5 minutes of the game. So if they can continue to perform on defense, they're going to get the ball back in the second half. So if they can go up 21-13, that would be huge.
Jackson Nash and Welch deep for the Crusaders.
You're fine. Gowdy for the kickoff. So far, 2 for 2 on PATs. The new kicker in place for Lucas Vaughn. This kick is actually going to be a little bit short, but a good tackle there. Tackle made there by number 15, Chase Puckett. And after the short kickoff, that will give Riordan a starting position at the 30-yard line.
And there's still 3 minutes and 55 seconds left. So I would love to see a 3-and-out right here. If they get a 3-and-out and get the ball back and score a touchdown, I mean, I would say they have probably a 70% chance to win this game.
Mitchell on first down is going to hand the ball off to Brown. And he will be taken down for a gain of around 4 yards. Now, somebody they need to look at is Kyle Welch. The Lancers need to maintain and keep him contained to make sure he doesn't get any of those wild plays that he had, such as the one he had to start off the game. We'll talk more about him at halftime. 2nd and 6 here. Mitchell throwing out to his left. Trying to get the outside. Will be a little bit short.
And this is a big 3rd down for the Lancers right here. If they can stop them, it would be amazing. They would get the ball back with 3 minutes to go. And I think with how well their quarterbacks are playing right now, Cumby and Franzino are both playing spectacular. So I think if they could go up before the half, it would continue their streak.
Sinai Thomas on the catch there will bring up 3rd and short. 3 minutes to go. Mitchell communicating with his coach. Brown lined up right behind him. 2 receivers to the left. They fake it, and Mitchell will stretch out, trying to get a first down. He's going to be marked very close, but I do think that they're going to move the chains, and they will move the chains. Good play by Mitchell there to jump out of bounds and stretch his arm out to get the first down. Clock will stop there, though, with 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
There's still plenty of time in this half, so the Lancers definitely have an opportunity to still get the ball back and get a touchdown before the half.
Throw complete on first down for another first down. Pass completed to Kyle Welch, who's had a phenomenal game. Definitely the best player on the field so far this game.
Rohan, would you consider maybe putting double coverage on Kyle Welch right now?
I think they need to. I think Kyle Welch, the transfer, has been such a key player for the Crusaders. And it's going to be a long shot here. Picked off! A flag is thrown on the play.
And it looks like it's going to be coming back. Flag on the field.
Haberlack with the interception, but it looked like as he jumped up, he put his hands on the back of Thomas and pushed off Now, in high school, the pass interference calls are only a 15-yard penalty, not placed on the spot of the foul. So this will move the chains, but it won't be as bad as the Crusaders won't be marked up inside the 10.
Passing interference against St. Francis.
The Crusaders will be marked at the 31-yard line.
And those are the kind of plays that you do not want to give up on defense. I think that if that were to be a turnover, that would have been big for them. And now that they're 15 yards ahead, I still think they have a chance to get this ball back, but it's definitely going to be way harder.
We go first down here for the Crusaders. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Mitchell, play action. Dunk to the right side. Caught there. Tiptoeing inbounds. And that will move the chains. Caught there by Thomas.
And I will note that that was a great catch from Thomas, considering that he was right on the sideline. He got both of those feet in with getting the reception. That's really hard to do.
First and 10 at the 19.
That will move the chains just outside the red zone. Are the Crusaders. Mitchell really commanding this offense so far, has been productive, has slowed down since 8 minutes in the first quarter. It's going to be a run to Brown. Finds a hole. Hurdles over a defender. Scores a touchdown. That is an amazing touchdown there by Brown as he hurdled over Haberlack. And that will give the Crusaders the lead with just over 2 minutes to go.
And that is the exact play that they drew up. That drew up. Brown is a fantastic running back, and he's really hard to bring down.
Brown showing his athleticism. He knew Max Haberlack was going to go low on the tackle, and he just leaped over him like he was playing leapfrog. Here's number 40, the JV call-up, Conrad Wallace for the extra point. He had one blocked earlier in the game, but made the second one. This one is up, and it is good. And it'll make it, again, a 6-point game. Good response by the Crusaders against the Lancers. And now how will the Lancers respond?
And now, considering that there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, and with how well the Lancers' offense has been playing today, I think they have a very good chance of coming out and score a touchdown right here, and they could get the ball back in the second half and really take an advantage in this game.
They return to Paulino Stadium this coming Monday to host the Wildcats from St. Ignatius. Come out and watch some Lancer Monday Night Football with kickoff.
Boys water polo on Wednesday for St. Francis. Ended up beating the St. Ignatius Wildcats 19-7. Conrad Wallace on the kickoff. Back to return is Alatini and Tuilela. This kick will go all the way back for a touchback. And now some pushing and shoving at the end, but 2-minute drill for Drew Cumby. Something that he practices a lot in practice. Now can he execute it here against this Riordan defense?
And you definitely have some time left, so I think you could do a decent amount of running on this drive. So I think with the fact that they have enough timeouts left, and I think that if they control their fouls on this drive, then they could definitely have some good production.
Quick throw here by Drew Cumby. Keon Aina with a big run, getting past the 40, That's a great play to start the drive for the Lancers as Drew Cumby, quick little toss to Canina.
And this is the exact position you want to be for the Lancers right now. They're currently on the 45, and this is great for the Lancers as they have 2 minutes, and it's the perfect amount of time to go down and score a touchdown.
25-yard pickup there by the Lancers on that play. Looks like it's going to be a timeout.
Injury timeout, and I think it was Keon Ina that went down on that play. That's really unfortunate.
Hopefully he's okay. I think somebody that we need to highlight is Kyle Welch. He's been excellent for this Riordan offense so far. He's a transfer from Kings Academy. He caught actually 79 passes for 1,136 yards and 14 touchdowns in just 2 seasons at Kings Academy. So definitely a good pickup for the Crusaders.
And Judge Nash is currently a Harvard Crimson commit, and he is a 3-star commit, and he is actually playing very well. He has averaged so far 44 yards per game, and his production has been great, and I think he has some great potential in the future.
So both key wide receivers, Kyle Welch and Judge Nash, both have touchdowns today, have both shown their level of eliteness here on this field tonight. Here you go, Drew Cumby here on first down after that good run by Canina. Looks like it's actually Loa that's in for Canina now, and he tried to flip it to Ilela, but ended up being tipped.
2nd and 10, and that is fine. That will stop the clock and give the Lancers a chance to collect themselves and get ready for this drive.
Second and 10. Drew Cumby with Loa Tuilela lined up right behind him. Blitz coming. Quick throw caught there by Alatini. And Alatini moves the chains, getting to the 35-yard line. Good play there. And good composure by Drew Cumby to throw despite the heavy blitz.
And this is the exact position you want to be for the Lancers. And coaches love this when you have the ball with about 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and you're going to get the ball back in the second half. So if they can score here, I would be very confident as the Lancers coach. Come steps back, and it is caught by number 3, Damo Teza.
Lancers will gain 8 yards on that play. Bring up 2nd and 3. Drew Cumby, look again, quick throw to his right side. Dropped there by Max Haberlack. That actually would have been a great completion if that did end up going out, because if it did end up being complete, because he ended up catching it and running out of bounds, would have stopped the clock and moved the chains. 53 seconds left. There's still plenty of time. The Lancers only do have 1 timeout. Plenty of time here to get at least in a field goal. Not sure what Greer Gowdy's range is, as he is the new kicker for the Lancers. We saw Lucas Vaughn throughout the preseason. Here he goes. 3rd and 3, big 3rd down. Blitz coming. Does Drew Cumby? Actually, that's great protection. Throw over the top. Breaking some tackles. Will be tackled down at the 1-yard line. Great play there. And good move there by Damo Teza at the end after that reception.
And Damo Teza is a great shifty receiver, and he has had some great production on this drive, and he's doing exactly what they need to be doing. And also, something that I want to note is Cumby's leadership on this drive. He is leading this 2-minute drill perfectly, and I'll be very proud of him as a coach.
Let's see if he can top off this 2-minute drill. Blitz coming. It's going to be incomplete. Flag thrown back in the secondary.
I think the play will be roughing the passer on the defense for the Crusaders.
See what the penalty call is. A lot of pressure on Drew Cumby this drive. They've blitzed the third time on this drive so far.
And it was actually an ineligible man downfield for the Lancers, and those are the kind of mistakes that you cannot be making right now, especially being on the 2-yard line.
Still plenty of time. 39 seconds. Time I don't think is a factor. It's whether they can get in the end zone. Still first and goal. It's going to be a handoff to Loa Tuilela, and he will go nowhere. And the Lancers will probably have to call a timeout here unless they hurry up. Flag thrown at the end of that. Looks like one of the players took off his helmet.
I think that's going to be a personal foul.
So flag on the play.
I think this will go against the Crusaders for unsportsmanlike conduct. Looked like number 72 took off his helmet. Not sure what the reason was. It was Lopeti Malupo.
Unsportsmanlike against both teams.
Looks like there was a penalty against both teams, which will offset and will replay the down.
There's unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams.
Next week, the Lancers look to take on the Bellarmine Bells away from home on Friday for the holy rivalry game. Here we go. 2nd and 7 with 33 seconds to go. Coming with a quick throw to Sean Walsh on the outside. Did he hold it in? He does not. It's ruled an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7 with 28 seconds to go.
3rd and 7, and this is a very crucial play right here. This could dictate the game right here. However, the Lancers will be getting the ball back in the second half, so if they don't get this here, I think a field goal would suffice.
Third and 7. 3rd and goal. This is actually a big third down here. The Lancers hoping to take the lead before going into halftime. Another quick throw. Caught! Alatini with his 2nd touchdown.
Alatini having a fantastic game. Those 2 great catches that he's had this game have been, for touchdowns have been great. He is definitely showing up and showing out for this team right now. And the atmosphere right now at Ron Calcaño Stadium is electric. Everybody's going crazy. Both the Rage Cage and everybody on sideline is very hyped right now, as they have I would say they have the advantage in this game right now.
A quick slant from Alatini leads to a touchdown, and Gowdy's extra point is good. It was very low extra point, but ended up going in. And the Lancers will take the lead going into halftime. Before this game, the Lancers had only scored 17 points throughout the entire season. Just in this half, they have 21 points and 3 touchdowns. So,
stellar performance from the Lancers tonight is all you can say.
The Lancers offense has really shown improvement, and honestly, going into the game, like the first 6 minutes of the first half, I thought that we would see the same thing. The Lancers struggle on offense, defense be exposed, and it might be a blowout, but they've really, I guess you could say, proved me wrong with that. So far, that last 6 minutes of the first quarter and the entire second quarter, they've really been toe-to-toe with Riordan, and they just need to defend for 24 seconds, and they'll get the ball back for the second half.
And I would say the Lancers are playing with so much heart right now, considering that they're up 19-1 in the series against Riordan, and they are currently trying to ride that streak and continue their legacy against Riordan at home.
Gowdy with a squib kick, but Riordan will comfortably get it and lean down just before the 40-yard line.
22 seconds. If I was the Crusaders right now, I would be doing what you were doing in the start of the first half and just sending go routes to your great receivers. And I think that if they can capitalize with these 22 seconds, I think it'll be great for them.
Do you agree with the decision to do a squib kick instead of just kicking it off like regularly?
Not exactly. I think that they just gave them great field position, and now they can maybe get a 20-yard catch and room for a field goal.
Mitchell dropping back to pass. Quick throw to the outside. Caught by Mitchell. Mitchell connection. Gain of around 5. Steps out of bounds. 17 seconds to go. So that is Michael Mitchell Jr. to Max Mitchell. And now 2nd and 6. 2 receivers lined up on both sides. Mitchell trying to avoid a sack. And we'll just have to run out of bounds. 9 seconds to go. And we'll lose a yard.
That's a great play from the Lancers there, as they just want to run this clock out and not let the Crusaders get a long bomb to one of their receivers.
Third and 6. This might be the last play of the half, depending on what happens here, and they'll just kneel it, and that will take us to the end of the first half with the Lancers up 21-20.
And that is a surprise. That is a great half from the Lancers, and that's exactly what you want to see. Now the Lancers are going to be, their heads are going to be high, and they're going to come out to the second half very, very, very hungry, and they're going to want this win very bad.
The last time Riordan won a varsity football game here at St. Francis was on October 15th, 1971. So far they have the lead so far. They're looking to keep that streak alive, and we will see you in the second half. Franzino and touchdown by that's really good finish coming to end the half. On the Riordan side, they've been efficient on offense as well. Touchdown by Welch, by Nash, and a touchdown by Brown. And we're back for this. And we are back here for the second half. The Lancers will get the ball as they have the lead to start the second half, up by one singular point after a missed extra point early in the game that was actually blocked. Let's see what they'll do here. Franzino on the first drive will hand it off to Keonaina with a big hole. Good run, and he will move the chains on the first play of the second half. Brady, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Thoughts on the first half? That is very surprising considering the Lancers have not had a great season so far. So I think that their production, they have had more points in the first half than they have had all season. So I think that's great from what they've been doing. I think it's this rivalry that's so competitive. That's what's giving them the emphasis on and the gumption to win this game.
Something that was a big issue in the first half was the penalties. There was 10 penalties called on the Lancers and 9 on Riordan. They costed the Lancers 75 yards and Riordan 85 yards and even negated a touchdown. On second down, Franzino hands it off to Keonaina, who is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. It will be a loss of around 3 yards. But yeah, penalties have been so big. It negated a touchdown for Riordan, which is a big reason why they're losing right now. And it's costed the Lancers 75 yards. And it's really kept both teams in it. If either one of these teams really like honed in on trying to fix their personal foul issues, they might be in a much comfortable situation than they currently are now. Here we go, the Lancers lined up for 2nd and 14. They line up in I formation. Franzino drops back to pass. Good catch there. Zipped across for a gain of around 9.
Catch made by Damo Teza, very shifty receiver. Great play from him.
Franzino's pass complete to Mateza.
And just notice how they're still switching the quarterbacks, and I like how they're doing that. It's giving them both the chance to keep getting that production, and I think that it's keeping both of them fresh, and I think they need to continue doing that for the rest of this game.
3rd and short, 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Alatini's going to line up on the outside. He's paired up against Thomas. That's a matchup you really need to watch. Thomas playing on both ends of both sides, offense and defense for Riordan.
And the flag on the field.
It's going to be a false start on the Lancers, pushing back 5 yards, make this third down a little bit harder. Now, I would say the 3 main targets for the Lancers in the passing game is Damo Teza, Sean Walsh, and Alatini. So definitely 3 players to look out for. Also had a few targets to Max Haberlack. Let's see if they'll get him a few completions in this half. Franzino on 3rd and 7, throws it down the middle. Big catch there, still going. Look at that speed from number 12, Aaron Bonini, using that speed to get inside the 30, and the Lancers again progress on offense.
And that play right there, that was a great route from Aaron Bonini. The way he crossed through the middle, that slant was ran perfectly, and that play was just perfect from the Lancers.
First out of bounds by Jones.
Great game we're having so far. Electrifying offense on both sides. And it's actually the first time we get to see the Lancers offense really start to cook something up. First down for Franzino. Almost got on the jump. A lot of movement on the line of scrimmage. It'll be a run to Keona Aina, trying to spin off a tackle and a gain of around 1. Now, great play by Aaron Bonini as he's caught it right down the middle back on that play. And he accelerated. I've never seen him run that fast. Definitely been working on his speed and agility. He's able to progress the ball all the way inside the 30. And Franzino so far inside the 30 has been very efficient. And he's looking to continue that. We got 2 receivers lined up to the left. We got Haberlack lined up to the left, and they're going to try to throw it to him. But he was covered well there by Thomas. And it'll bring up 3rd and 9.
And I think the decision to keep the pass offense going there is great because that's what's been working today. The D-line for the Crusaders has actually been quite good today as they haven't got much production on the run game for the Lancers. And I think they're getting a lot of production on the pass game. So I think just running those quick routes have been great for the Lancers so far. And I think they should continue.
Big 3rd down here. Franzino looking to throw. Blitz coming. Tipped on the pass. Tried to flip it. Looks like the flip was intended for Keona Aina. And that will bring up 4th down. And I would assume that the Lancers are going to go for it here. They're in the 30. They're inside the 30. Maybe just a little bit too far for a field goal. And after missing a field goal last game, it just makes sense to go for it here.
I really like this decision to go for it on 4th down. As this rivalry, this is a really tough game for the Lancers, and I think if they can take the lead here and go up by 9 points, I think it'll be great for them. 8 points.
Keona Aina switches sides. Franzino throws over the middle, caught by Dom Oteza for the 4th touchdown today for the Lancers.
And that was a fantastic route there from Don Oteza. He was able to break free from his one-on-one coverage, and I think that that was fantastic. He's very quick, and his acceleration was fantastic on that play. He ran that play perfectly.
Picture perfect drive to start the 2nd half. And they're hoping to make this an 8-point game after that Dom Oteza's first touchdown of the season.
And I think the Lancers, the best play for them has just been that the slants play through the middle. And they've just been throwing to the receivers, and each time they run the slants, there's at least one receiver open in the middle, and they've been able to get like at least 20 yards after each catch. And I think they need to continue running those plays.
Dom Oteza going into this game has only had 1 catch for 9 yards. And just in this game, he's been so effective and so productive. Great to see him getting involved in the offense. Extra point is good, and that will make it a 28-20 game. Good start for the Lancers.
And that is exactly what you wanted to see from the Lancers as they came out. Fantastic drive, 4-minute drive for the Lancers, and that was just picture perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. Great passing game from QB and great connection with their receivers. Receivers are playing great, QBs are playing great, and I think if they continue to play well on offense, they can win this game.
St. Francis will take on the Bellarmine Bells next week, away from home. Riordan will kick off their home league opener against Sacred Heart Cathedral, San Francisco rival. Greer Gowdy to kick off for the Lancers. Back to return is
Nash and Welch, D for the Crusaders.
Welsh and
And Gowdy
Judge
for the
Nash.
Lancers.
And a player to watch here is wide receiver Sinai Thomas, and he is currently currently committed as a 3-star to Oregon State, and I think that he is a very good player to watch in this. Ball is dropped and nearly picked up by the Lancers, but the Crusaders recover.
It's a great kick there by the new kicker, Greer Gowdy.
Covers the kick.
Almost got him on the squib. But now the Riordan Crusaders will start again
First and 10.
on the 34-yard line after recovering their second squib kick of the night. See how Mitchell can respond here. Thomas and Welsh line up to the right side. It's going to be a handoff to Brown. Brown uses his strength to get 8 yards there.
And if you can see at the end of that play there, Brown had about 3 players trying to pull him down. He was still setting perfectly up, and that's currently been their biggest strength this game, is his ability to stay up on those tackles and just get those extra yards after contact.
It's going to be a quick throw to the outside. Catch is made and will move the chains. 3-yard reception there.
Mitchell's pass complete to Max Mitchell.
Mitchell to Mitchell connection.
At the 45.
Second catch for him tonight. Now this time on first down, 3 receivers will line up to the right side. Quick throw. Caught there by Welsh. Big hit. But still somehow secures it. Big hit there by Alatini.
Flag on the field.
Looks like this will go against the Crusaders. It's going to be a legal man downfield, and another penalty that actually makes it their 10th penalty tonight. So penalties are a big issue for both teams. I don't know what it is. Is it like the stadium that's like cursing these teams to get all these penalties? Because every time the Lancers play here, it's always penalties are such a big issue. And when teams come here, it's also another issue. More penalties and more penalties. So that's certainly something for both teams to clean up for heading into like CCS and the end of WCAL. Here we go on first down. Throw to the outside. And it is caught and tackled by Max Haberlack.
Adding on to your statement about the penalties, a lot of what you see here at Ronkonkoma Stadium, there tend to be a lot of personal fouls in a lot of these games. So I think that the competition at Ronkonkoma Stadium gets very high, and I think that it leads many of these high school players to be very competitive and just they really want it. So you tend to see a lot of personal fouls.
Thomas on the catch will run it up for a first down, moving the chains. Thomas has had a good night, both offensively and defensively. He's been asked a lot of him. Here you go on first down. It's going to be a fake to Brown, throw to Welsh, and Welsh keeps running, gets a first down. Good yards after catch after that play. Whistle's blown at the end of that.
Mitchell's pass complete to Thomas.
Looks like there's a flag on the play. Refs are discussing it.
Say flag on the play.
You know, looking at how Riordan play, it's going to go against the defense, which will help Riordan, in fact, move the chains.
Men on the field against St. Francis.
But something about Riordan's offense is that they're so pass-heavy. Like, every single play tends to be a pass, and they're doing this without Perrion. Perrion Williams is a former St. Francis receiver who transferred. Perrion had like over 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns in just 2 seasons at St. Francis. And just last year, he had 9 touchdowns. So they're doing this without Perrion, and I don't see how you can stop this Riordan offense once they get Perry on, and it looks like it's going to be a false start on Riordan. Looks like the left tackle jumped there.
False start against the Crusaders.
And another penalty flag there. It looks like it was on
It's a 5-yard penalty.
Lopeti Malupo. But yeah, since the end of the second half and the start of this, or since the end of the first half and the start of the second half, the run offense has been great for the Crusaders.
Brown on the run, trying to break some tackles, going to the outside, and it'll be tackled.
Brown, the ball carrier.
Clock continues to run with 5 minutes to go.
Brought down by Cohen.
Rage Cage still staying alive a little bit. All black theme tonight. Last home game before the homecoming game in 2 weeks against Archbishop Midi. Here we go on second down. Quick throw to the outside. Breaking some tackles. Does find a hole. Judge Nash for the touchdown.
This game just keeps on getting better and better. This game is very close from both sides. I mean, Judge Nash has been having a stellar game. He's been averaging 105 yards per game, and he is currently adding to that as his performance is just improving constantly.
Looks like we have an injury timeout, an injured Lancer on the field. Hopefully he's okay. Currently, the Bellarmine Bells are losing to Sacred Heart Cathedral 57-14. In the second quarter.
And considering that the Lancers' next game is they're playing Bellarmine next game, this could be big for them, as Bellarmine's not showing up too great. So they could, if they win this game, they could have a great start to the WCAL season.
So, assuming that the Crusaders go for 2 here, because it is a 2-score game now, and Mitchell will stay out on the field. It's just been a game of trading touchdowns. Let's see what Mitchell can do here. Sends a motion across the field. They're going to play it to him. Spinning his way. Is he short? They mark him short, and great defense by the Lancers to keep their lead. It is a slim lead, but good defense there. Makes it still a 2-point game.
And the play there from Chase Elsie caught that pass, and I think that his decision to maybe do that spin move might have cost him the touchdown there, because I think he would have genuinely gone into the end zone if he were to just keep his momentum going forward. And currently, Midi is up 30-7 in the fourth quarter against SI, and currently Midi are 2-1 and SI are 1-2.
Scores around the league starting to pile up, and we can really see some of the true forms of these teams and start making predictions about where we see certain teams landing in the standings. This is definitely the closest game out of all the matchups tonight. 2-point game here in Ron Calcagno Stadium.
Yeah, Ron Calcagno Stadium is definitely the place to be right now. Best high school game in the Bay Area right now going on.
Conrad Wallace to kick us off. Loa Tuilela back. And this will be a run by Sean Walsh. And he runs straight into a tackle, but will get past the 25. And they'll place him at the 27-yard line. And the Lancers are coming off of 3 back-to-back-to-back touchdown drives.
I mean, that's some momentum if you ask me. I mean, I think they will be able to carry that into this drive, and I think that the thing to watch right now is the Crusaders defense, as they're going to have to show up and if they want to win this game.
A really interesting thing about how they're able to keep up the momentum despite them rotating quarterbacks each drive, because now Drew Cumby is going to be out on the field. and try to spark some magic, just like he did on that 2-minute drill. 3 touchdowns thrown by Andrew Franzino and 1 touchdown thrown by Drew Cumby. They motion Isaiah across the line, and whistle's blown, and it looks like it'll be a delay of game. And that's like their 5th delay of game.
And these delay of games have been mostly called in the first play of the drive. So I think maybe watching those and turning up on those would be great for the Lancers.
Let's just need to start getting set earlier once they start their drives. Here we go, first down. Cumby looking to throw. Throws it down the middle. Big hit. Dom Oteza still keeps it in. He's down. Hopefully he's okay.
And props to Dom Oteza. I hope he's okay, but the fact that he was able to hold on to that ball is incredible because he's a pretty small receiver. He's very shifty.
Took a big hit. Hopefully he's okay. Helmet comes off. Legs are in the air. Usually what that means is like a cramp because they'll be stretching out the legs. But hopefully he's doing okay. So Dom Oteza, coming into this game, not very productive. Starts off the quarter with a touchdown.
Yeah, 100%.
Then ends up getting another catch here to help kind of get back some of that yardage that they lost on that delay of game. So he's been so much more productive. And how would you say Dom Oteza's like impacted the game?
I mean, this has been his 100% his breakout game, and he is currently limping off the field. So I'm gonna really hope he can get back out there because he has had a stellar game, and I think that he doesn't seem like he will be returning. But let's hope that he can because he's had a great impact on this game.
Looks like it's just a cramp. Just get some pickle juice in him, and I think he'll be okay.
100%.
Here we go. Second and short, and a run by Carolina will bring up a 3rd and short. The last 3rd and short actually ended up being another delay of game, so hopefully they don't get a delay of game here as the clock runs just under 4 minutes.
That injury is currently very big because he has been one-on-one coverage for most of this game, and he has just been beating that one-on-one coverage every time and breaking through, and these quarterbacks have been constantly hitting him, and I think that third and 3 for the Lancers.
Loa is lined up in the back. They fake it to him, and there's heavy pressure, and he is sacked. Drew Cumby on the sack there. Number 2, Tyrone Jones. Big sack there by the Riordan Crusaders.
And there's been a lot of that pressure on the QBs for this entire game, and I think that's something that the Crusaders defense has done very well so far.
My apologies. That was actually Isaiah Grant on the sack. And the punt is up and away. Judge Nash takes it well, trying to evade some tackles. Gets past the 50. Takes a big hit. Oh, and there's some scrapping at the end. And a flag thrown. A lot happened on that play.
It looks like it's going to be unnecessary roughness on the Lancers.
Plays going to make sure that they're keeping their cool here. That looks like he was pushed out of bounds right in front of the Riordan sideline. Riordan sideline started riling the players up. Wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be flags on both teams here for unnecessary or unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's see what the call is. Call's going to be on the defense. This will be a personal foul against St. Francis, which will push him back And the Crusaders will start their drive inside the 25. So amazing field position to start for the Crusaders after that punt.
And that was a great play from the punt returner, as that was a great kick. That was about a 40, 50-yard kick, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I think it was a great play from the kick returner.
Judge Nash on the return that time. He has 8 touchdowns so far this season. Mitchell looking to pass, tries to throw it to the outside, intended for Nash again, but this time it's incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third quarter.
Rohan, do you think we're going to start to see some more of these fouls? As I can really feel the tension within these two teams really building right now.
I can't say whether there will be more, like the same rate of penalties, but I do understand the importance of whichever team can really stop making these penalties is going to have a huge advantage going into the late game. Here we go. Throw to the outside. Big hit. Good tackle made there. Tackle was made there by Max Haberlack. Tackled by Mitchell, and it looks like Mitchell started to cramp. Flag on the far side of the field.
And let's talk about Max Haberlack. He's had a great game so far. He's been able to stop many of those short passes to the outside.
Looks like this flag will go against Riordan. And it'll be a legal shift. This will push him back 5 yards.
Second and 15. The ball's at the 29-yard.
Second and long for Mitchell. He's really involved as receivers here tonight. Nash, Welch, and Thomas have all been involved, but they'll give it to Brown this time. Big run there. Getting around 7 to 8 yards.
And something that I'm a little bit confused by is that Riordan in the early game was really succeeding with those long go routes, and there have been not nearly as many of those go routes from their receivers, and not as much production from their receivers in this game since those 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
That run on that previous play had a huge block from DJ Sanchez, who has a huge audience rooting for him. And the quick throw to the outside on 3rd down is incomplete, and that will bring up 4th and 6 and a decision to be made. If you're Riordan, what are you doing here?
I'm 100% going for it. I mean, they could take the lead, but I think with how well the Lancers offense is playing right now, you do not want to give them the ball back only up by 1 point going into the fourth quarter.
The offense does stay on the field. Looks like a timeout will be called by Riordan. They'll go ahead and talk about this.
If they decide to prepare for the field goal, this will be a 37-yard field goal, and that is not too bad in high school considering that the goalposts are a little larger than usual.
Eight touchdowns tonight. And this is the exciting Lancer football we've been all waiting to see. Every game so far for Riordan has been super exciting. First 2 games with a little bit of blowout wins, but still really exciting to see their offense against McClymonds and against Monte Vista. And 2 weeks ago against Pittsburgh in the back-to-back trading touchdowns heavy game against Pittsburgh, And we're seeing something very similar here tonight. Mitchell on 4th down. Drops back to pass. Heavy pressure. Does he escape it? He does not. And he is sacked. Huge play by the Lancers defense. And the Lancers will take over the ball. Tackle made there by Chase Cahoon.
And that is a fantastic play. And the Lancers overall, they've been playing fantastically tonight. And you can see that on the sideline. They are very hyped right now, and the momentum is very much in their favor.
Big play by the Lancers defensive line, and also heavy pressure there by the linebacker Chase Cahoon, Stanford commit. Best production, I guess you could say, for the Lancers defense this year. It's been shaky so far, but tonight they've been pretty solid in holding Riordan on big plays like that. 1st and 10 for the Lancers with 1:13 to go. Franzino with a quick throw to the outside. Throw is too short, intended for Aaron Bonini.
Franzino's pass intended for Bonini falls incomplete. Grant good on the coverage. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 coming up. That throw by Andrew Franzino a little bit too short for him. So Franzino so far has had back-to-back drives with a touchdown. And he's hoping to continue that here, and any sort of points on the board would be huge. It's going to be a run here by Kiana Aina, and it will bring up 3rd and long.
And we are now seeing Damo Teza come back out onto the field, and that makes me very excited because he has been playing great so far this game, and I think he will continue to get that one-on-one coverage. And I would personally send him on a go route, and maybe he could get a touchdown here.
Damo Teza looked like it was a cramp when he went down on that catch that he made. So just drink some water, get some pickle juice.
Yeah, props to him for getting back out there.
Get some electrolytes. Franzino passes on the screenplay, but that screenplay, I guess they forgot to block, and it will be 4th down.
Now, Rohan, if this game comes down to like a 2-minute drill for the Lancers, which quarterback do you think you would want to see in that final moment?
Well, we saw Drew Cumby on the 2-minute drill as the quarter will come to an end. But we saw Cumby on that 2-minute drill right before the end of the first half, so he's definitely proven that he can step up to the challenge. But I wouldn't be surprised if Franzino can also do it too. I'm not sure I have a preference. I would say whoever feels more confident, and honestly, just based on the rotation, I wouldn't say like switch it up just for the last play. You know what I mean?
If I was the Lancers coach, I would genuinely leave it up to both QBs to decide who gets the 2-minute drill, because I think whoever's more confident and thinks they can do it could go down and win this game for them.
Now, entering the 4th quarter, let's look at some of the history. Riordan has never won here since 1971, so a win here is historic. And the Lancers obviously don't want that to happen. They don't want that streak to end. But this is also the first time they've gone 0-3 in the preseason since the year 2000. So there's a lot of interesting history going on that's kind of coming into play here. So a win for the Lancers is almost like necessary to keep their season hopes alive.
Definitely, and also there's keeping note, the scoring average for the Lancers in the first 3 games has been 6 points, and the fact that they're scoring 28 points is really mind-blowing. I think there's some spirits in the air since the fact that they have had this streak since 1970. So
Pipiletti with the punt. This will go all the way back. It takes a great bounce, and this will go inside the 20. And the first play of the 4th quarter is a punt.
And I think those spirits are trying to keep the streak going for the Lancers, as these balls on these kicks have been bouncing perfectly.
The 21-yard line. Crusaders take over 1st and 10.
Now it's a 55-yard punt for the Lancers, and that ball landed at about the 35, and I think that took like about a 15-yard bounce. So they've gotten very lucky on those punt bounces today.
So Mitchell comes into the game. 12 minutes to go, and they're down by 2. They start off with a quick throw. There was no chance of Thomas even getting close to that ball. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10, and more whistles blown. Let's see what the refs are going to discuss here.
I really want to know what happened in the locker room at halftime, because the Lancers' coverage in the second half has been a lot better than what they were in the first half. Because think in the first quarter, they gave up 14 points on 2 touchdowns on 2 go routes, and they have only had 12 points since then. So the coverage for the Lancers has been fantastic in the second half.
You kind of wonder if the Lancers started off as electric as they did, kind of settling into that second quarter, because in the first quarter they let out 2 straight touchdowns back to back, and you kind of wonder like how the game would kind of pan out if that didn't happen. Here we go on 2nd down. It's gonna be Mitchell's gonna take it to the outside. Good contain there by the Lancers. Number 9, Jaden Lewis was right there to make sure that he didn't go anywhere. And we got to also compliment Jaden Lewis. He's been such an important part in this Lancers defense. And we talked to Coach Calcano about him last year when he was a freshman on varsity, and he said that he's a very good football player. He's very physical. He's very smart, and they've been playing him out of position. But despite all that, Jaden Lewis has been really good for this Lancers defense. Third and 7, big 3rd down here. The Crusaders do not want to punt at all. Mitchell, heavy blitz, taken down. Big sack. Sack made there by Sean McCoy. And that's a huge sack there.
And I've spent some time on the Lancers sideline in this season, and something that I've noticed is the motivation that these coaches give these players, and the motivation and the strength that they give them during the game, and you can definitely see that showing on the field today.
And the Crusaders will punt from their own end zone, and that's a punt that lands at the 45, taken by Dom Oteza. Really take it to the house. That's a great return that will put them in the red zone.
And Dom Oteza, he was out for an injury for a short period of time, and he has come back and already made his impact on this game. And I was trying to say earlier, he has made the difference in this game so far. He's been very shifty, and he's been very able to get those yards off of contact.
There is a flag on the play. I do think this will go against the Lancers, if I had to assume, but still a great punt return there by Dom Oteza. See what the call is. It's going to be against the Lancers. Looks like it's going to be holding.
Personal foul against the Lancers.
And that's about a 30-yard penalty. That one could change the course of this game. But let's see if the Lancers offense will show out.
You could also kind of see a little bit of benefit in this case as well, because the Lancers do get the chance to kind of run down clock a little bit. So I see with runs from Keanaina. And they do fake it to Keanaina. Cumby looking for a throw. Caught there. Good catch. Benny's thrown down. Catch made by number 80. Luke Harton on the catch. And it down to the clock will run down. Who is tackled
They just need to be running the clock. That's tough to lead now. And if they don't, they score a touchdown. I mean,
By Drew Cumby. That run by Drew Cumby.
the Lancers set up for 3rd and 13. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Now, the Lancers also need to make sure that they get some points on the board despite running that clock, and they're going to take a deep shot there. That's a good pass breakup, and it'll be incomplete. No flag on the play, and now a decision to be made. 4th and 13 coming up after that Drew Cumby incompletion.
I would go for this because you definitely want to be up by more than 5 points. No, if they go for the field goal. But I think if they get a touchdown here, they could win this. They will definitely win this game.
I would say that they also should go for it. I mean, you're in the Crusader territory. If you punt, you have a high chance of just getting it in for a touchback and putting them at the 20-yard line anyway. So I would go for it. Cumby will go for it. And whistle's blown. Looks like it's going to be a flag. False start. It's going to be on Riordan, which will make this 4th down a little bit easier, make it 4th and 8. With just 9 minutes to go. Actually, this false start will go against St. Francis, which will make this 4th down even harder, as it's going to be 4th and 18 now. How many viewers do we got?
Cumby steps back. He trips.
Cumby slips, and the Riordan Crusaders will take over the ball at midfield. You know, the field has, after the remodeling, has had a reputation for being an incredibly slippy field. So it's important that you are able to plant your feet if you're out there on the field. Make sure that you don't end up slipping or get hurt. So unlucky a little bit for the Lancers as Drew Cumby slips there, but good pressure by the Crusaders defensive line, who have been excellent this game, putting so much pressure on the quarterback, including having 2 sacks.
Rohan, what do you think the offensive strategy should be for the Crusaders on this drive right here?
I say keep doing what's working, and that's the run game. The run game has been very effective. They're going to take a shot here. It is caught for the touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the night for Judge Nash on the same go route.
And I think that is 100% the right play call for the Crusaders, as that was very much working in the first half, and I think the return to that go route has definitely 100% the right play.
Who's number 6? Can you switch it? It's not number 6. That touchdown gives the Crusaders the lead with 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. And it looks like the offense will stay on the field, try to go for 2 and make this a 6-point game instead of just a 5-point game. I'm not sure how much I agree with this decision. Mitchell will walk it in for the 2-point conversion. Make this a 6-point game. And the visitor section gets rowdy as the Riordan Crusaders regain the lead.
Now this game right here has been a generational game, and the Lancers are now in the hot seat as they need to go down and score a touchdown if they want to be able to continue in this game and have a good chance.
Riordan hoping to get their first win here.
Rohan, what do you think they should do here? Do you think they should try to run and grind the clock out, or do you think they should try to keep doing their passing plays that have been working so far?
I mean, if it's working, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I wouldn't continue with this run game. All the run game that's been doing for the Lancers is just making their third down and fourth down situations a lot more stressful because it's further and this run game has not been effective as much. But obviously, passing the ball does have its risks.
Yeah.
So they need to find some way to be successful in the run game if they want to go out and finish this game. The visitor section is getting super rowdy as Loa Tuilela is back to return alongside Alatini. Sean Walsh ends up getting the ball before it goes out of bounds. And because he caught it right before it went out of bounds, there's no flag on the play for the kickoff going out of bounds. And that will put the Lancers at the 5-yard line, at the 6-yard line actually. So some pretty bad starting field position after that mistake. If they let that ball go out of bounds, they would have started at near the 40-yard line.
Now that they're starting at the 5-yard line, I would say their strategy should probably shift here into a more of a run-heavy drive, as they're going to need to grind this clock out because they do not want to give the Crusaders the ball back.
Crusaders' defensive line has been really big, and they've provided a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So definitely need to be more conservative here. Franzino is in for quarterback, and whistles are blown before the snap. And it's another delay of game. So many delay of games have happened right from the first play of the drive, and it's getting frustrating at this point because it's just making the starts so much harder to get any momentum, and that will push them half the distance to the goal line. The Lancers will line up an I. Franzino's going to take a quick throw, overthrown, intercepted at the 30-yard line. Huge interception there by Kyle Welch, playing huge roles on both sides of the field.
And the stadium pulse right now is at an all-time high in this generational game. I mean, 8 minutes left. There's still plenty of time for the Lancers to turn this around, but you cannot afford to make those mistakes, especially when you're down 6 points in the fourth quarter.
Kyle Welch with a touchdown at the start of the game and is huge on defense with an interception. So a touchdown here, making it a 2-score game, would be huge.
I think it's the Lancers' time for a
Play
turnover.
action, a blitz coming. Mitchell escapes a sack. He's going to try to flip it, and it's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now, if you're the Crusaders, are you still throwing the ball as often as you are, trying to get an extra score, or are you being a little bit more conservative now?
I mean, considering they have the ball on the 30, they're not going to have enough time to run the clock out. So I think that trying to keep using their strategy that's been working of throwing the ball to their number 1 receiver, Kyle Welch, I think he is the number 1 target right now, and I think that maybe double coverage would be the best option on him at this current moment.
It's hard to be able to defend both big wide receivers, as Brown makes a huge run, and that will move the chains. It's hard to be able to stop Brown on those runs, as well as prevent Nash and Welch from getting open and scoring more touchdowns, as Brown takes another run and will be stopped at the 8-yard line. Adonye Brown, the running back, coming into this game, he had a huge touchdown to start the game against Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. And coming into the game, he had 319 yards rushing, and he's racking up a lot more yards here. And I'm surprised they haven't been using him as much, but they are using him now, and he will run it in for a touchdown. 6th touchdown of the night for the Crusaders, and Adonye Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the night, and it's slowly slipping away for the Lancers.
And something to notice is Brown's his yards after contact has been fantastic this game. I would almost give him the nickname the Tank. Like, he's been fantastic, and he's a heavy hitter, so he's able to get those yards after contact, and he is currently down on the play. Let's hope he's okay.
Looks like Brown is hurt. It looks like it's just a cramp. A lot of players have been cramping tonight because it's just been very heavy in terms of conditioning for both teams, as it's just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. And also, I think the field also kind of comes into play here. Hasn't rained in a while, so obviously the field is dry. It's slippery. These players need to make sure that they're planting their feet and making sure every movement is sharp, because otherwise they can force an injury. And I think that comes into play when we're considering all these cramps that we've been seeing. We've seen it from Dom Oteza, we saw it from 2 Riordan players, including Brown. So that's definitely a factor you have to play in to when players are finishing out the game, making sure that everybody's healthy. And it looks like the Crusaders are going to go for 2 here. Mitchell stays on the field. Going for 2 would make this a 14-point game. Mitchell's going to try to trying to pass it. Throws to the back of the end zone. Dropped by Max Mitchell. The Mitchell to Mitchell connection not there. Mitchell is a young receiver. He is a sophomore.
And that's a crucial drop, as that will make it a 12-score game instead of a 14. That means that if the Lancers go down and score here, they could very well have a good chance of winning this game.
Max Mitchell only going to learn from that mistake. He is very young and shows a lot of potential for this team. Now 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. The Lancers do have all 3 timeouts. They get the ball. They've shown some potential on offense. Do they have the drive to finish out this game?
I mean, I think so. They're definitely playing great, and I think that being up this high, like, it's going to be hard for the Lancers.
Conrad Wallace to kick off for the Crusaders. Loa Tuilela back, as well as Alatini. This kick will land in the hands of the Lancers, but he will be tackled just inside the 20. Looks like it was Zachary Kleppen on the carry there.
And I think you're definitely going to have to go pretty fast on this drive, because only 7 minutes and 22 seconds left, and you're down by 2 scores. I mean, I think just you're going to have to send a few go routes on this drive.
What's been successful for the Lancers has been some of their deep passing plays, exposing that Riordan secondary. But they need to make sure that they are able to get the pass off in time because of this D-line pressure that they apply. It's going to be a throw. Caught there. Breaks a tackle, but it'll be a first down. Big play and catch there by number 20, Riley Barton. His first catch of the game.
Brought down by Thomas.
Now they move the chains. They go a little quickly. Clock still running with 7 minutes to go. Cumbie looking for another quick throw on the outside. Pushed out of bounds. Incomplete.
And I think if I was the Lancers right now, those slants through the middle and just sending those routes through the middle have been working. So I think just running crossers would be great right now, as they've been able to get usually like 20 yards when they make a completion to the receivers that are crossing through the middle.
Intended receiver there was Zechariah Holloway. Second and 10. Cumbie dropping back. Quick throw to Keana Aina. And he'll be close to a first down. It looks like it'll be third and short. Now, what you don't want is a delay of game, which is something that we've been seeing often on these third and shorts as they're starting to prepare. But it looks like they're going quickly, so that won't be an issue. Drew Cumbie snaps it. Looking on the outside. Tipped. And incomplete. Good coverage there. Pass was intended for Alatini.
It's going to be fourth down for the Lancers, and this could decide the game right here. This is probably the biggest play of the game, and if they don't get this, the game could be over.
4th and 3. The Lancers do not want to start their season off 0-1 in WCAL and 0-4 in the season, and this play is huge. Flag on the play, and it looks like it'll be a false start. It's going to be a false start against St. Francis, and that will make this 4th down even harder.
4th and 8, and tension's really rising. The stadium pulse really high, and I think that if the Lancers get it here, I mean, the momentum shifts, and if they do, they need to carry that momentum and use it to their ability.
Drum roll from the stands as Cumbie's looking to take it himself, gets the first down and slides at midfield.
Good for a first down.
So a big run there by Drew Cumbie. Keeps the game alive. Lancers at the 50, just past the 50. 6 minutes and the clock is ticking. Cumbie's trying to mess up his second touchdown of the night, but he needs to be able to move the chains here. Cumbie sees a lot of space. He's going to take it himself. He's going to run out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of around 4 yards, but it will stop the clock. Give some time for the Lancers to think about their next play.
And that was a great play from Cumbie as he used his legs and his mobility just to get that first down. That was the biggest play of the game, and if the Lancers win this game, I would say MVP would be going to Cumbie.
Second and 4. Drew Cumbie throws it down the middle in between two receivers.
Cumbie's pass falls incomplete.
5:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Defense chance from the Riordan sideline. It's going to be a toss to Keanu Aina. Does get the first down. Big hole. Breaks the tackle. Flag on the play, but he will be pushed out at the 10-yard line. Let's see what the flag is. Helmet does come off for one of the Riordan players. It looks like it came off of Tyrone Jones III. And I think it's going to be a holding call. It's going to be a holding call against the Lancers. And this will be coming back after that big Keanu Aina run.
And this definitely puts the Lancers in the hot seat, as they're going to have to overcome hardship. I mean, you just cannot give up those penalties. But now it's going to be 3rd and 14. And this is a 3rd and 11. It's going to be a tough first down for the Lancers. But these are the kind of things that you need to do if you're going to win this game against the Crusaders.
Heartbreaking penalty flag. And that's their 15th penalty flag of the night, which is an insane number when you think about it.
You just got to believe, man. You got to believe.
Drew Cumby drops back the pass on 3rd down. Heavy pressure. Has to throw it. Throws behind Andrew Macris. And this will be an incomplete pass, bringing up 4th down. Huge 4th down here. If they don't get this, this game might be well over. Cumby dropping back to pass. Throws over the middle. Tipped out of the hands.
And there's no flags on the play.
Tipped out of the hands of Riley Barton, his 2nd target of the night.
It's going to be a turnover on downs.
And the Crusaders will take over the ball in enemy territory. And the Lancers' hopes slowly fading away.
And I would say for the Lancers here, I think that the only way that they're going to win this game is with the turnover. I don't think they've had a turnover today, so one here would be huge. And, I mean, that's kind of the only way they're going to win this game.
Mitchell going to drop back to pass on the first play of the drive. He's going to take a huge shot, and it'll be incomplete.
I'm actually very interested on that decision by the Crusaders, as you are currently up 12 points with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And, like, why would you not run that? Especially having your running back, the tank. Like, he has been having a great game today, as the Lancers have not been able to bring him down. So the decision to throw that and go for the go route is very interesting, as they really need to run this clock out.
Yeah, no matter what we say about, oh, they should run the ball here, they should run the ball there, they don't run the ball. They just throw it. They just throw it. So let's see what they do here. Brown will run it.
What did I tell you?
And we'll keep the clock running after an 8-yard gain. And it's working, so it's interesting to see how their play calling kind of works, I guess. Interesting to see why they're taking shots down the field. I mean, yes, there's 5 minutes to go, so maybe try to get one more touchdown, seal it for sure.
Question, it's 3rd and 2. If you don't get this, what's your decision?
They don't get this, I say go for it. I mean, a punt is very likely to go into the end zone, and if you get it, then you just drain more clock. And honestly, Riordan this half's defense has been very good, so I would put some trust in them.
First down here. It's game over. I think first down here is game over. Flag on the field.
See what the call
Seems
is.
to be on the Crusaders.
Yep, it is. It's going to be a false start. Makes this 3rd down a little bit harder. Now maybe they don't run it here. Maybe they kind of get a pass play going. It's been successful. No doubt about that, their passing game. Mitchell's only thrown 1 interception tonight.
And the main factor of this game has been the penalties. There's been over 30 penalties in this game, and I mean, I would maybe say the stadium pulse has been a main factor on those penalties, and just these teams seem to tone up on those mistakes.
Mitchell throws to the outside to Brown, the running back. Good tackle there. It'll be 4th down and short.
And the tank doesn't quite make it for the first down.
It's going to be a timeout by the Lancers.
Perry on the tackle.
And if I am the Crusaders, I would 100% go for this, because you do not want to give the Lancers the ball back right here, because 4 minutes left. You go down and score a touchdown. I mean, it's a game.
Now, 4 minutes to go. 4th and 3. Most likely, if the timeout, the Crusaders would go for it. They haven't punted unless they were in their own territory, and it's 4th down.
I think currently right now, the threat is Michael Mitchell on the scramble. I think a great decision for the Crusaders here would just to be run a QB draw, and I think that if he gets the scramble and gets the first down, it's over for the Lancers. So they definitely need to put a spy on him.
Biggest play of the night. 4th and 3. 2 receivers line up to the left. 1 receiver line up to the right. Brown in the backfield.
And that is.
And the Lancers jump on that play. It will be a false start, and that will move the chains. And another penalty flag that cost the Lancers.
And that just further proves the difference in this game of the over 30 penalties combined from both teams. And that is just, the Lancers are going to need to work on that, and that's what costed them this game. And the tank breaks free.
So that penalty flag, that offside, allows the Crusaders to start chewing down more clock. It's still a 2-score game, so if the Lancers do end up getting their hands on the ball after this play, assuming that Riordan do not score, they'll need to take it down the field, score a touchdown, possibly get a squib or an offside, and then do it again. And realistically, as the clock keeps ticking, with 3 minutes left, that's probably not going to happen. So as long as Riordan are keeping the ball, handing off the ball to Brown, whose run game has been working very well, and Brown goes to the outside on this first down, stays inbounds. Gain of around 3 yards there, and the clock will continue to run as we enter below 3 minutes.
And below 3 minutes, we're going to be below 3 minutes. The Lancers are down 12 points. So if we see a comeback here, let's note they're down 12 points with less than 3 minutes on the clock. And that would be a generational comeback right here.
Riordan looking to get some points on the board to secure the game for good. Some movement on the line. They're not going to call it. Looks like to be the coaches requesting something. It's going to be a run to Brown. Down the middle. Getting the first down. And moving the clock. Moving the chains into the 1st and goal.
And it is starting to look like this will be the first Crusaders victory since 1971 at Ron Stadium. And that is a crazy, crazy, crazy game for the Lancers and the Crusaders. Like, this matchup was fantastic. This is the definition of Friday Night Lights.
The Lancers have beaten the Crusaders 19 times. The Riordan have only beat the Lancers once. And they've tied twice throughout their history of their matchups. And Brown on the run! Is he in? They mark him just shy at the 1 yard line, and the clock continues to run. And I think it's safe to say that this game is over.
And the celebrations for the Crusaders are already happening. And, I mean, the after parties after this game are going to be insane for the Crusaders.
And I think it's safe to say that Riordan deserved this win. I mean, they've been electrifying throughout the passing game. They started off way better than the Lancers. Touchdown there by Brown. We all saw it coming. And that seals the cap for this game as there's a minute left. And Riordan have stacked up 46 points.
I mean, the Lancers kept this game very close. I mean, until the fourth quarter, they've kept this game very close, and it's been a great fight for the Lancers, as they have played not great for the start of the season, as they're 0-3. This team's, the Riordan is 3-0, so this is a hard matchup for the Lancers, and I would say they put up a great fight in this game.
Extra point is good, and coming back to the point of Riordan deserve it, their offense is just too much, I guess you can say, for any team, really. Like, 42 points in their opening, or 41 points in their opening game, 34 points, 42 points, and now 47 points. So each game has been more than 30 points, 5 touchdowns or more in each game. Every player has been incredibly productive. Each player is getting involved in the game. Like just tonight we saw Nash getting 2 touchdowns, Welch getting touchdowns, Brown getting touchdowns. So many players getting touchdowns.
And I think something that the Lancers are going to have to talk about is that they have yet to score a point in the fourth quarter this season. They've been really lacking in the fourth quarter, and I genuinely don't know what is happening in the fourth quarter for them. So they're definitely going to have talks about that going into the future of the WCAL season.
Would you say it's more of a mentality thing, or it's more of a coaching thing where offenses or defenses are starting to figure out the Lancers' offense by the time the fourth quarter comes around, and the play calling just isn't adaptable enough to survive the end of the game?
Yeah, I think it's definitely great coaching from the Crusaders, as they fully adapted to the Lancers' offense, and the fact that they held the Lancers to 0 points in the fourth quarter is actually insane.
So that kickoff return will allow the Lancers to step on the offensive end, which I would assume is going to be the last time that they step up on the field. Now, the Lancers are going to go 0-4, and that looks really bad.
Yeah.
But I guess we can say we kind of see how this offense can be successful going into the future games, because they scored more points in this game, in fact in the first half, than they did in the entire season.
Yes.
So, and the run there by Keona Aina will get the first down, trying to skip his way and get out of bounds, and it will be a first down, moving the chains.
No, the Lancers should 100% go home with their heads held high. They have scored more points than they have in the entire season, and that is a great. I mean, I was just talking about it in the start of the game. This game was focusing on self-improvement, and the Crusaders are a great team. They're ranked really high, and I think like top 20 in California. So that's a tough matchup, and they have put up a great fight. They had a lead on them for a solid amount of time, but it was just the fourth quarter that the defense and the offense everything kind of just fell apart.
And the Lancers going into next week are going to play Bellarmine. Bellarmine just lost 71-14. They let up 71 points. Maybe that's a time for the Lancers to start experimenting on offense. They know it works now against a good team in Riordan.
Yes.
Maybe they start experimenting more against Bellarmine, who are a little bit more exposed on defense, and that will take us to the end of the game. The Lancers are going to take on Bellarmine next week away from home, and Riordan will take on Cathedral, who just came off a huge win against Bellarmine. Both those games are going to be pretty electric. Both of those games rivalries. We got the Holy War, and we got a San Francisco matchup between Sacred Heart Cathedral and Riordan. Final score tonight, 47-28.
And that is the first home loss for the Lancers at Ron Calcagno Stadium against the Crusaders since 1971. So this is a big win for the Crusaders. Props to them for coming out and showing out. And this has been a great fight tonight for both teams. And I think they should both go home with their heads held high.
The Crusaders will go 4-0 on the season as the Lancers will go 0-4. An electric night for Michael Mitchell Jr., who helped the offense stack up 47 points. We saw two touchdowns from Judge Nash, touchdowns from Kyle Welch as well, and a great game by Adonye Brown. Check back in for the next game and subscribe to Lancer Live Entertainment Network. We will see you guys in the next broadcast.
Peace out.